Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Black. Thought I'd make a quick video. You know, everybody waiting for me to make my second video. Just want to talk about a couple of games that I've been playing, or well, a couple of games I've been playing, a couple of games that came out. I know everybody's going crazy over Grand Theft. I ain't really started yet. You know what I mean? I've been leaning back, just chilling with my wife and my kids and shit. I ain't really start Grand Theft yet. But I did get a chance to beat The Last of Us before Grand Theft came out, and I think it's gonna be one of the game of the year, one of the games of the year, or in the lineup to be nominated for game of the year. I think it's gonna be between The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, and BioShock. But out of all three, I think The Last of Us is gonna win just because the source material hits more home. BioShock was cool, but everybody can't play BioShock and understand it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if BioShock will win Game of the Year. And Grand Theft Auto has so much controversial material in it that I don't think it'll be respected as an art form enough to make it Game of the Year. You know, so it's between, to me anyway, it's between BioShock and The Last of Us, right? But I gotta say though, while I was playing The Last of Us, I was pretty amazed. I know if you guys have been watching my earlier videos and you fans of my page at all, I always talk about how games and movies are coming to, you know, to be one. Like the games are becoming the same type of storytelling like movies are, except for games are interactive. With games like Heavy Rain, and then we got Beyond coming out next month, or in a couple of weeks rather, maybe I think like 2 weeks. Beyond is coming out. I'm gonna be copying that. That's gonna be hot. Everybody should get that on day one. Shout out to Quantic Dreams. That's gonna be a hot game when it comes out. But a lot of games are taking that formula. You know, they want to get that storytelling into their games, and it makes it very cinematic, like a movie. You know, a lot of games now are taking that approach. You know, even I hear a lot of people comparing Grand Theft Auto to the movie, what is it, Heat? Heat. Yeah, I just bought Heat on Blu-ray too. I seen it before, but I ain't watched it yet since I bought it. But they're comparing it to Heat, and they're saying that this Grand Theft Auto is a lot more serious than the other ones. It has its goofy characters and shit in it, but it's a lot more serious than the other Grand Theft Autos. Well, at least more serious than the more recent Grand Theft Autos. I had brain fart for a second, but I ain't started yet. You know, I don't know. I haven't picked it up yet, but I'm gonna jump on it soon so I can give you my opinions on that. But back to The Last of Us. While I was playing The Last of Us, I was pretty amazed. The visuals are amazing. That's some of the best graphics I've ever seen in a video game. While playing The Last of Us, it made me feel like, do we even need a PS4 or Xbox One or anything right now? Because this game looks so fucking good that it's like, damn, we might not even need another next generation of systems right now. We could have waited another year or maybe or two, you know. But it came out now, and this to me is the PlayStation swan song. The PS3 is going out, PS4 is coming in, but the PS3 is not totally dead. And with games like this, you can obviously see that there's still a lot of life in the system, you know. So I'm happy about that, you know. And I really enjoyed the game. I didn't really research too much into it, but I did see them play demos at E3 and talk a lot about it, and everybody was excited for it. So when I got the game, I knew what I was in for, but I just wasn't expecting the emotional impact. It kind of feels like watching a season of what's the zombie shit that we always watch? Walking Dead. Walking Dead. That's what it reminds me of. It has that same type of feel. The Last of Us has that same type of hopelessness, hopefully finding survival around the next corner, or you know, something to drastically change the circumstance of the characters. Like you just rooting for them, just like the characters in The Walking Dead. You're just rooting for them to survive the odds of shit going crazy, you know. So it has that same type of feel. You could tell that the developers were they gotta be fans of Walking Dead when they made this game, because just for the simple fact that the color scheme of the game even reflects Walking Dead. It's a lot of like dark grays and browns, like the color scheme and everything. It just reflects the grittiness and that dark undertone of that zombie TV show Walking Dead. I swear to you, the whole game I was like, wow, it reminds me of Walking Dead. just everything. The way they find their weapons and accumulate ammo and everything between Joel and Ellie. The survival aspect of them traveling on the road, which is also a part of some of the seasons of Walking Dead. It was just an awesome game, and it was a very emotional game too, and it pulls on your heartstrings. But the game was tough, and there's still people who haven't played this yet, and I'm like, why? If you own the PS3, unless you're one of those people who just play Madden or something like that, you understand? Then I understand why you haven't played it. But if you're a gamer and you just haven't picked this up yet, you're missing out. You need to pick this up. All right. I mean, it might even have dropped in price by now, but I'm not sure because the game is really, really good. I wouldn't be shocked if it's still $60. You know what I mean? But really, really good game. Everybody should go pick that up. Madden. I've been playing a little bit of this Madden. As you guys know, I hate Madden. I've never been a Madden fan. Every time I buy a Madden game, I feel like the AI is cheating or overpowers the player. It forces you either to know the game of football well enough to play the game or to be slaughtered because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, which, I mean, is pointless for a video game. Also, you only control one character at a time, so the computer is basically directing, you know, what all the other characters are doing that you're not controlling manually, which I feel is bullshit because they do stuff like throw flags and call encroachment and all type of shit on the field that, to me, it's just like, it's not real football. Football is better to watch live because at least it's real people playing. But in a game, it's simulating, and they're just going through the motions of what the characters do in the TV show. So they're just calling fouls and all of this shit. But when the computer makes a false start and goes over the line, is that the computer getting a jump on the ball snap, or is that just the game trying to simulate what the TV show does, and I got to be penalized for it 5 or 10 yards or whatever the fuck it is? You know what I mean? But this year's Madden is really good. They took that type of shit out. The game is more user-friendly. They improved the run game dramatically. Like, it's so much fun to just run in this game, to follow your blockers. I gotta say and give them props on the animations. The replays aren't the best because they show the same angles over and over again, but the animations for the fucking characters look like the real NFL. Like, I mean, it looks like you watching real football when they really put the camera angles on. And I'm not a big Madden head, but I don't know. I bought a pair of EA Sports fucking sneakers, and I said, hey, maybe I'll like Madden this year because everybody said it was good, so I thought maybe I'll be enthusiastic and try it. And it came out to be good for me because I really am enjoying this. I played like 2 or 3 games of this already, and it has panned out to be fun every time I played it. So yeah, Madden's a good game too. You know, good drinking game. You and your buddies get a beer, sit down and play some Madden. Another game I've been playing, me and my family have been playing, is Diablo 3. I'm not really a huge Diablo fan. I played Diablo back in the day, probably the original Diablo. I don't know nothing about Diablo 2, what it even looks like. Me and my wife, we played a lot of dungeon crawling RPGs. Right, come here, knucklehead. We play a lot of dungeon crawling RPGs, like fucking, what is it? Champions of Norath. The first one, we played the second one. But we beat the first one. We didn't beat the second one, though. But we've been playing a lot of this. She has a character. She played mage class. What did I play? I chose the monk because it uses the hand-to-hand combat. I thought that would be cool. My son is playing, and he chose, I forgot what that class is, with like the little bow guns and shit. Some type of shit. I forgot what it's called. But we've really been enjoying this. It's a really good dungeon crawler RPG game. I like the way they got this system where the runes, where you can learn an attack and then you can offset the attacks and make like your characters move or their attack animation is different or boost up their powers. And I always love games where you can get a lot of loot and customize what your character looks like and what he can accumulate. You know, those type of games really nig to me because it feels like as you're progressing through the game, you feel satisfied because you're actually accumulating stuff that changes your character physically. I don't know. I'm one of them people that I like loot, stuff like that in games, for the simple fact that, like I said, you feel like you're getting something while you're playing the game. You know, I know everybody wants to hear me talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. I haven't played it yet, so you're gonna have to wait for my opinions on that.
And mine too.
Well, and hers too, I guess, because she's probably gonna be watching me play it.
Like
No,
a movie.
normally I'd be like, I like to play games when they sleep, and I could be by myself. It'd be like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? I'll have a drink, roll a bud or something, and just sit there and just chill out and watch and play the game and really get my thoughts around it. But I don't know. Maybe I'll play it. She'll probably be awake knowing her, 'cause she don't sleep until I sleep any motherfucking way. So when I'm playing it, she'll probably be watching me. And when I do that, I'll give you guys my opinion on what is considered to be the hottest game for this whole entire year. Hottest game anticipated for probably the last 2 or 3 years. Everybody's been waiting for this. Grand Theft Auto is finally out. And I'll jump on it soon and give you guys my opinion. Alright, real gamers stand up.